class. Today we're going to be reading the story Curious George Discovers the Rainbow. Have you guys ever seen any rainbows? What do you think a rainbow is? Well, we're going to learn all about them in this book. George was a good little monkey and always very curious. Sometimes curiosity gets a good little monkey lost in the woods, especially when he's chasing leprechauns. Would you believe that that's how George discovered the rainbow? And it all started on a bright, sunny day. So, why do you think George is a curious little monkey? And what does this bright summer day have in store for us? So, it was a beautiful day in the country. Steve and Betsy were visiting from the city. So there's Steve and there's Betsy right here. So, visiting from the city for the first time. George couldn't wait for their outdoor adventure to begin, but first they had to impact when Betsy dropped her books. George rushed to help her pick them up. That's when he saw something he had never seen before, something amazing. What do you think George saw? And, okay, that's a rainbow, George, said Betsy. See the pot of gold at the end and the leprechaun? Rainbows are always the same seven colors: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. See? Look at here. Look at all the colors of the rainbow and the pot of gold that Betsy was talking about. So, would you think that you would want to have an adventure about this pot of gold? And what is your favorite color from the rainbow? Mine is indigo, or, as we know, purple, like over here. Rainbows are created by the sun and the rain, Betsy explained. But I can make a rainbow without either. Want to see a rainbow inside? George could hardly wait. Betsy used scissors to cut a slit in the center of a sheet of paper. Then she taped the paper over a flashlight and shined the light through a fishbowl full of water. Um, would you want to make a rainbow like this in your house? See, look at how easy it is. And the flashlight is like a sunbeam, and the water is like a giant raindrop. The light shines through the water, and behold, Betsy said proudly, a rainbow! Wow, look at the rainbow. Oh my god, it's so cute, right? So now we got a special. So George thought Betsy was nice. Oh. So George thought Betsy's rainbow was nice, but there was no leprechaun or pot of gold. So George wondered if he would ever see a real rainbow that spanned the whole sky. Have you ever seen a rainbow? Um, he looked out the window. White, fluffy clouds floated by. Looks like a nice day, said the man in the yellow hat. With the yellow hat. See, look, the man in the yellow hat. He's right here. So, meanwhile, the man helped Steve prepare for a hike. Have you ever seen any wild animals? Have you guys ever seen any wild animals? I have. I've seen a deer before. What about you? We've got skunks and deers. I've even seen a moose or two, the man replied. A moose, Steve said. Now there's something you don't see in the city. Yeah. Would you ever want to see a moose in real life? Have you ever seen a moose? At last, it was time for their hike. Outside, the sun was shining, but the temperature was cooler and more clouds into town to get food for dinner, said the man. Just then thunder grumbled low in the distance. If it rains, head home, he added. George knows the way. Ooh, it's gonna rain. So, do you think rain is scary? And what do you think the rain is going to get us? George led them into the forest. See, look, George clearly knows the way. I'm not leaving without a picture of a moose, Steve said. Oh no, that sounds scary. Just then he felt a raindrop. Oh no, not rain. Do we have to go back already? I don't think so, Betsy said. It's probably going to stop soon. Look, the sun is already peeking through the clouds. I feel like, what do you think Betsy means when the sun is peeking through the clouds? Sunlight and rain at the same time? Could this be George's lucky day? Sure enough, when he turned around, there was a huge, colorful rainbow arcing across the sky. His wish had come true. That's the biggest rainbow I've ever seen. Um, what do you think about this rainbow? Would you think it's the biggest rainbow you've ever seen? So, George was excited to have found a rainbow. Well, obviously he was wishing for one. But he couldn't see the pot of gold from here. Steve was excited too. I'm climbing this tree to take a picture of the rainbow, he said, scampering high into the branches. See, look, Steve is right here climbing in the tree. Do you think it's safe that Steve is climbing the tree? Do you think just because he saw the rain, would you want to take a picture like that? So George needed a better view too. He knew if he was going to find the pot of gold or see a leprechaun, he needed to get closer. So what do you think he did? What do you think he did? Yeah, I think he ran away too. George ran off in search of the rainbow's end with Charlie close behind. Charlie, George, Charky, George, wait, Betsy yelled, chasing them through the rain. Oh no, why is George running away? When Betsy finally caught up with them, George tried to explain that he had wanted to reach the pot of gold, but no matter how far or fast he and Charky ran, the rainbow only got further away. Oh no, they left Steve behind. But do you think George will find something? See, look, there is George over here. He's running away. And then Betsy's running after him with Charky and yeah. The leprechaun with a pot of gold is just a fairy tale, said Betsy. But I guess it couldn't hurt to look, just in case. Could it, Steve? But Steve was nowhere in sight. He'll catch up with us, said Betsy. Let's keep going. They left Steve behind. They're not waiting for them. Oh no. They hadn't gone far when something small and green hopped through the bushes. Could it be the leprechaun? George thought he must be getting to the pot of gold. So there's George over here following something green. What do you think the something green is? What do you think is hopping away? Is it really a leprechaun? But it was only a green frog. Aw. Usually George would be happy to meet a frog. But it was no leprechaun. George wasn't disappointed for long, though, because the frog had led him to a second rainbow. Sorry, George, Betsy said. That's not another rainbow. Oh, it's not another rainbow. There's a rainbow right here, but Betsy said it's not another rainbow. What do you think it is? Yeah, it's only the reflection of the rainbow on the water. How will we keep chasing the rainbow now? We need to cross the river. So how do they cross the river? They're standing here, George here. How do you think you're gonna cross the rainbow? Just then, Charlie darted through the bushes after the frog and found what they needed most. A boat! Uh-oh, Betsy said as it floated away. How will Steve ever catch up with us now? Would you be mad if your friends ran away just for a rainbow? That's not very nice, right? Meanwhile, Steve realized he was all alone. Charky, Betsy, George, where are you? He called. Suddenly something moved in the bushes. What do you think it was? What do you think it was? What Steve wanted the most? A moose! Steve shouted, snapping a picture. But the moose didn't like Steve's loud voice or his camera. Steve was scared. He was about to call for help when he heard a voice. Mm, well, I guess that taught us something. Don't bother the moose. You wouldn't do that, right? So back away from the moose slowly, the boy said. It was George's friend, Bill. He knew a lot about the wilderness. And whatever you do, don't frighten it. Why do you think I shouldn't frighten the moose? Bill added. The moose walked off into the forest. He's safe now. When the coast was clear, Bill introduced himself. I'm Bill, and you're lucky I found you. Moose can be dangerous. How do you think moose can be dangerous? Hey, I'm Steve, he said to Bill. Since you're so good at finding things, maybe you can help me find my sister and our friend George. I know George, Bill said. Follow me. I saw his friend in town. He'll help us. Look, Moose is walking away, and there's Bill. We try. Steve, said the man, where are Betsy, Charky, and George? We got separated in the woods. Steve said, I don't know where they went, just then something sparkly caught his eyes. More rainbows. Oh yeah, Steve remembered. George saw a rainbow right before they ran off. If I know George, I bet he wants to find the gold at the end of the rainbow. I have an idea to help him get home, the man said. How do you think the man is going to help George get home? And what do you think these shiny rocks are going to do to help that? When George, Betsy, and Charky reached the shore, daylight was fading, and so was the rainbow. George knew they needed to get home before dark. There was only one problem. He didn't know where they were anymore. Oh no, look, George looks so scared. But suddenly Charky began to bark. Something was glowing from the end of the rainbow. It must be the pot of gold. George, Betsy, and Charky raced towards the light. Is it really a pot of gold? Right here. Pot of gold. And then, George, over here, called the man with the yellow balloon. He was standing on the roof of their house holding a bright, shiny balloon that was wearing a very familiar hat. Oh my god, do you think that's their gold? Georgie was happy to be home with him. George was happy to be home with his friends. There was no pot of gold, but he knew he had found the real treasure at the end of the rainbow. So, what was the real treasure at the end of the rainbow? Look at them, they're hugging, they're happy. And the end. Did you like the book, class? What do you think about it? And would you ever want to do all that just to chase a rainbow?